What is up, my marketing ninjas, and welcome to another episode of the Nick Sackis Show. Today we're going to be talking all about one of the best free online software tools that I know about and share with you guys one little tip that will help you get better ads, lower cost ads at a better rate and more people clicking through. So stick around, you might actually learn a couple things. For the past 5 years, I've been completely obsessed with online marketing and real estate. I've networked with some of the biggest names in the industry. And more recently, I opened up a digital marketing company helping other small business owners generate more leads and sales online. This show is dedicated to behind the scenes of exactly how I do that. So join me as I continue to learn, apply, and share all the best digital marketing strategies in today's world. My name is Nick Sackis, and welcome to my show. All right. So let's get right into it. And today, drum roll, please. Brrr. I don't know if you guys already know about this, but it's called Canva, right? And some of you guys might have heard of this before. Some of you might not have heard about this before. If you haven't, hallelujah, because you're gonna love this, right? if you've been trying to use Photoshop at a high level, or paying for Photoshop, or there's some other online software tools out there that in my opinion just aren't as good. But if you ask me, should you be using Photoshop to do, very, very, very basic stuff on social media?
Hell no, to the no, 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 yeah, to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no.
So with Canva, you can actually go in and do some very basic stuff like just enhancing your photos or cropping a photo or stuff like that. Or you can actually get in and do major stuff like, all my stuff I do for my thumbnails for YouTube that you see are all through Canva. I know a lot of people use Photoshop for that. I don't think it's really necessary. For me, as an online creator, as someone who does graphic design and stuff like that, I think Canva is just off the charts amazing for what it is. If you have a paid version, it's like $10 a month. So with $10 a month, it unlocks all kinds of images and graphics and stuff like that. So, but it's absolutely free if you don't want to use that. I'm not endorsing. I don't have any affiliate links, anything like that. It's just literally a tool that I use on almost a daily basis to run my business, whether it's for amplified marketing for myself or customers. If I'm doing a presentation and I need some, beautiful looking slides for a deck, I will come into Canva and pick out some templates. It's just a really cool tool, and I hope you guys, take a chance to check this out. If you're listening to this on the podcast and you're not actually walking my screen, I'm going to walk you guys through Canva, but it's canva.com. So if you're driving and listening to this podcast, and next time you hit a stoplight, go ahead and check out canva.com. Try not to open up your browser and drive at the same time, but hey, it's your world, whatever. So let's hop into it. I'm going to show you guys the Canva interface and all the templates and tools, and then I'm going to show you guys one of the best kind of image layouts that I use, especially for real estate ads, but then a lot of product placement ads and stuff like that. This graphic works really, really well, and I do it inside Canva, so I'm going to show you guys that in just 1 second.
Oh yeah. This is the part of the show where we like to slow it down a little bit and get a little personal. So sit back and relax and enjoy Screen Share Sexy Time.
So when you first come to the Canva homepage, you're going to see a lot of different options, and it's laid out pretty intuitively. Don't be too intimidated, but there's a lot of stuff you can do with this software. And up at the top, yours might look a little bit different. This is the paid version. It's like $10 a month, like I said. The free version, it looks very, very similar, but I'm not really sure what the couple of things you unlock on the home screen. But if yours looks a little bit different, just know that most of the functions are still the same. So again, you could pick through social media, this Instagram post, Instagram story. So if you're unfamiliar, you don't necessarily know, you say, I want to put a beautiful image on my Instagram story, but I don't know the size parameters. Well, you come in here and it tells you Instagram story, boom, you click that, and it instantly gives you the exact size that you need. So nothing gets cut off at the top or the bottom. It doesn't look funny. And then you can come over here and actually look at all these different templates and designs, and you just literally click it and it imports it directly into your image or your size here. And then you just come in here and double click stuff, import different images, change the colors around, change the title. It's super, super easy, and one of kind of the fastest ways to get going with graphic design if you're not somebody who is a creative person. If you need a little bit of nudge or a push towards the creative side, then you can definitely come in here with all the different templates that they have and look like a pro, like right off the bat. So again, I use Canva for my thumbnails. I use Canva for a lot of the ads that I run. This in particular is the grid format that I'm going to show you guys for Facebook that works really, really well. It works well for Instagram too, inside the actual news feed. And so what I want to show you, I'm going to hop over to Facebook real quick to show you this grid format. And when I say grid format, if you upload multiple photos on Facebook, and I know you guys have seen this before, when somebody uploads an album or just multiple photos in general, Facebook puts it in this grid format. So this person uploaded a picture, or looks like 3 pictures of artwork that he did on, behind the baby crib. And these 3 photos, Facebook just turned them into this grid format, which is 1 large picture on the left and then 2 pictures on the right. Now, if there was multiple photos here, you guys would see this plus sign on the bottom right-hand corner. It'd be like +10, +5, whatever. And what happens is when I talk about running ads on social media and being native to the platform, this is exactly what I'm talking about. When you publish stuff as an ad and you're trying to get people's attention, you want to be native. You want to look like the ad is supposed to be there. And using this grid format makes it look very native because people are used to seeing this. And when you click this, it automatically opens up the photos in a larger format. So what happens when you come to Canva and you say, okay, Canva, I want to go ahead and create a design. Now, the other little trick that I do for Facebook ads is I do everything in square. And the reason I do that, you can see this image here that this guy posted, and this is on my desktop. This would look even larger on a mobile screen. This is more of a 4:3 or a square ratio. This takes up more real estate on your phone. So again, it all comes down when people are scrolling through their news feed at 100 miles an hour at that stoplight, right, while they're driving. The larger the image is, the larger the video is, the more real estate it takes up on the page, and you get that 1 second for people to stop and pay attention to what you're doing. So that's why whenever I do ads on Facebook, it's either in this format, in this 1080 by 1080, and all that means is it's the resolution or the size of the image. So 1080 pixels left, 1080 pixels high. If you go to the Instagram story, you can see it's 1080 by 1920. And the easiest way to understand what's going on with the Instagram story, you say that, like, I don't necessarily know why that image is that size. Think about your cell phone. So think about any widescreen, whether you're looking at a desktop, your laptop, your TV at home, that's in a widescreen 16:9 ratio. And so what's happened with the cell phone is the cell phone is pretty much in that 16:9 ratio, except it's vertical, right? So all these images that would be native on Instagram stories or look better on Facebook or take up like the whole news feed when someone's scrolling, instead of 16:9, you just flip it and you make it 9:16. So a normal resolution for a television at home, a 1080p television, would be 1920 by 1080. All we're doing that is flip it on its head. So these Instagram story posts are 1080 by 1920, right? It's just taller, but we're talking about the same thing, just flipping it on its head. So hopefully that helps you kind of wrap your head around what's going on here and how to create these. But when it comes to the actual product ad or like a real estate ad, like I do all the time, for most of my clients, I typically stick to square because it takes up more space on Facebook, and then it's super native on Instagram. So what I'll do is I'll come in here and click the square Instagram 1080 by 1080. I'll come into elements over here, and you'll see you have free photos. What you're looking for is the grid. So when you go to the grid, you're going to click all, and it's going to open up all the different types of grids available. Now, this is the one that I just showed you on Facebook that the guy uploaded 3 photos. This is obviously flipped, so we need to turn this around like this. You see that the larger photo was here, followed by 2 photos here. That's the exact same grid that I showed you here on Facebook. So that's how Facebook broke it up for 3 images. But we don't want 3 images. We want multiple images. So I'm going to delete that grid. And this is the one that works extremely well for me. And the reason for that is because this inherently looks like you have more photos to show people. Okay. So you have a large 16:9 image on top, and then basically square images on the bottom. So you have 1 on top and 3 on the bottom. This format it's gangbusters. It's extremely well. So we're going to go to uploads, and all you're going to do is upload the images that you have. So whether it's real estate listings, whether, again, you have jewelry, if you are a dentist, I go back to dentists all the time. If you want to have one large image of a child smiling here, right, and you are doing free teeth cleaning for the month of March, you might have happy customer number 1 here, and then different happy customers here. And the ad could be something like, get your free teeth cleaning, but don't just take our word for it. Check out our happy customers. And, link to a page with a bunch of testimonials from your customers, and then a link to book an appointment for a free teeth cleaning. Just, stuff like that. Create value and get people interested in your brand and what you're doing by having happy customers. That's usually a really good way to bring people into your world. So I'm going to scroll down to this image here. So here's one of the ads. I'm actually running for a guy in North Carolina right now, and this is a home. You can see typically what I like to do, and let's just throw a couple of these in here, and then I'll adjust it and show you. So what I've done, those of you listening on the podcast, is I've taken some images from the stock or the section that I've uploaded it, and I've thrown it into this grid. Now, you can double click these images on the bottom and move them around, because these, instead of 16:9, these are really square. So you might need to come in here and double click these to move them to make them look a little bit better. Now, the other ninja trick that I want to show you guys, this is something, now you're already better off than normal by doing this as a square image. Okay, that's number 1. So you're already ahead of the game. You're already going to get more people's attention just by having a square image versus a 16:9 regular format. The second thing that I want to show you guys, and we talk about popping or grabbing people's attention with something that it really stands out in the news feed. So one thing I like to do is just come in here and just touch up these photos just a little bit. And Canva, again, it's all about speed, so when you come in here, I could do this in Photoshop if I was a guru in Photoshop, which I'm not. I'm more familiar with Premiere Pro and After Effects and the video side, not necessarily the still side. But you come in here to filter, and they have all these different types of filters already preset. You can hit adjust and do the brightness by itself and the contrast by itself and saturation and all that. But if you come to filter, it has it all pretty much done. I found inside Canva, at least for real estate and product stuff, unless it's a really, really bad photo, that this solar kind of puts a really good filter on it. It enhances it makes the grass look better. It makes the colors on the house pop a little bit better. If you have a product, like if you have a watch on a table or something like that, it essentially brings the image out and makes it pop a little bit better from the background. So I typically like to use solar for most of my product stuff, and you can see when I click that button from solar off and on, it just very slightly, not a huge amount, but just slightly enhances the photo. Nothing crazy, but it's the difference. I'm telling you guys, pictures matter, okay? Unless you're really, really good on video and you are convincing, you can do a commercial or you can produce a really good video to grab people's attention. I don't necessarily recommend you doing video right off the bat. Image ads are really popular. You can promote a lot of things using images and still get good click-through rates and still get good lead count. But images really matter. So the difference between you getting a lead for $1 or a lead for $10 or $15 or $20 could be the difference in the image of the ad itself, right? So the image matters, the copy matters too, the message, the whole thing matters as a bundle. You could have a good image and a crappy call to action, and unclear. People don't really know where they're going or what they're signing up for. So that matters too. But the image is the first thing. I talk about the 1 second scrolling through your newsfeed at 100 miles an hour. You want to get their attention. So the photo really, really matters. Now, that's kind of like my pro tip for the day. If you're a product person, or if you're in real estate, you're doing real estate ads, again, this grid format is gangbusters, and I use this on a daily basis for myself, for my customers, and again, use it inside Canva. So a lot of other things that Canva has to offer, I was going to get into a little bit. We talk about Pinterest, we talk about Twitter. They have the headers. If you're unfamiliar with how to do a nice header in Facebook or YouTube, the YouTube thumbnails, I use it for that too. Again, going back to documents, if you want to do a presentation, like I said, if I'm doing a slide deck or something where I need a couple of really nice slides for a presentation, I come in here to Canva and find a really nice slide deck. For personal stuff, I've used this for birthday cards, sending out to friends and family for parties, stuff like that. They have calendars. You can do business cards. They literally have everything that you would need for your marketing, for your business, and it's 100% free. Again, if you opt for the paid side, it's like $10 a month. And I know this sounds like a Canva commercial. I'm not making any money off this, I promise. There's no affiliate links in this video. It's just something that I use on a daily basis, and I think it's a really awesome tool and wanted to share that with you guys. So hopefully you got something out of this video. Again, I'm trying to keep these trainings between 15 and 20 minutes, so post in the comments, let me know if there's anything else you'd like to know more about, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, video marketing. I'm kind of a jack of all trades, if you will. I really specialize. My main pillar is advertising for real estate agents, because I've been a real estate agent since basically 2005. I've had my real estate license, but I've been marketing heavily for the past 5 years in the real estate niche. So that's one of my my big pillars, if you will. But if you're a small business owner, if you got a pizza shop and you want to know how to get more pizza or people in your restaurant to eat more of your pizza, post in the comments, let me know. I will be happy to do a more personalized video based on your needs if you're following my channel and in my world, because I'm going to be doing these videos every single day. So I really appreciate your time. Thanks for coming around and spending 15-20 minutes with me, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you guys so much for checking out today's show. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to connect with me on social media, just search for @NickSakis. Pretty much I'm on every platform. And again, if this show brought you any value, please share it with anybody that you might think would be interested. My goal is to help as many small business owners as I can be effective through social media marketing. So until I see you guys next time, happy advertising.